Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of my cooking series. As you know, if you've been following the other episodes, you understand that we're doing traditional dishes over here, and I invite people to come and prepare their traditional dishes, and we all learn the recipes, have entertaining conversations, and all whatnot. Today we have an amazing person. Like, she's my friend and she's very good at what she does. So joining us today is Hannah. Hi Hannah. Hi Hannah, how are you
Hey,
doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you so much for joining me. I know this is a lot for you right now, and I'm super glad that you were able to join me today. And the fact that you were able to pull up and prepare something amazing from your culture. Thank you so much. So, Hannah, would you like to introduce yourself today?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm a research assistant. I help with economics and finance research. I've been in Ottawa for 2 years, and at the end of this month, I'll be moving out and I'll be starting my PhD at Berkeley, my PhD in finance.
You guys see that she's super smart and she knows how to cook. Please get yourself with Hannah. Okay, so Hannah, what are you preparing for us today?
So today we'll be doing 3 egg dishes, all
Okay.
Chinese. The first one is pretty simple. It's just steamed egg. So you have the egg, mix it in water, and then steam it. Afterwards, we'll add some sesame oil and soy sauce for seasoning. The second one is also very simple and very common through all Chinese families. It's stir-fry tomato and egg. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And then at the end, we'll make some egg and scallion crepes.
I'm super excited. Like, I really can't wait to try this because it's all egg recipes, and I know it's trying to make me fat, but like I'm like, okay, let's try this out because I'm used to just making just very basic eggs. But Chinese people are used to having like different egg recipes, and we're going to show you guys today while having interesting conversations. So let's get right into it. So, can you walk me through these ingredients and what we're going to do with them today?
Yeah, so these are all the ingredients we need for our 3 recipes. Uh, so I guess I'll go in order. I already said the sesame oil and soy sauce are for the steamed egg. For the stir-fried tomato and egg, that's these two. And then we're going to top it with a little bit of scallions. We're going to have some salt in it. And also vegetable oil. For the egg and scallion crepes, we're just going to add this flour so that we have a batter. And so it's flour, water, eggs, and these scallions.
So firstly, we're going to start with the steamed eggs, and Hannah has asked me to break the eggs, so we're going to do that here, and the second one here. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix the eggs up.
Okay, so you just whisk the egg and then you put in warm water. So we have 2 eggs in here. You can put in maybe like 2/3 of the water that's in there.
Okay. So I'm turning the water in here every.
Yeah. Just completely whisk. In the end, the egg will turn out to be really soft. It'll be sort of like a jello. Yeah, so everything should be mixed so that it's all just one consistent liquid, so that the water and egg are all mixed together. Yeah. Okay, so you'll see that when I was mixing it, it created a lot of bubbles. In the end, we want the texture to be smooth, so we're going to go over to the sink and take out the bubbles that we created. The next step is to steam the egg. We've already boiled some water here, and it's boiling. On the side, we just have some rice. So now I'm going to put the bowl of our egg in. Alright, so, and I have a steaming rack, so I'll just place it in the middle. For the amount of water in there, just make sure you have enough so that when it's boiling, the water doesn't completely evaporate. So it's been 8 minutes. We're going to check our steamed egg. When you look at it and you jiggle it around, it should be in a texture that's like Jello. So yeah, that looks pretty solid. So we're gonna take this out, and you can let it cool. Now we have our steamed egg. Where you don't have to do this, but I'm gonna cut some slices in here, so that when we add the sesame oil and the soy sauce, then it can kind of go into the egg. So I'll just make some crisscrosses in here. Okay, and then we'll add some soy sauce. So remember when we were doing the egg before, we didn't put in any salt because soy sauce is pretty salty. Yeah. So you just put in like a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. Okay, that's good. Yeah. You can slide this around a little bit so that all of the egg gets it. And we'll do the same thing with the sesame oil.
So I'll just go ahead and put the sesame oil, right?
Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay. Yeah. And we'll just slide this around a little bit more. We can top it with, there's a few pieces of scallion here. And then,
so Hannah, where are you from exactly? Yeah.
So my parents are from China, hence these Chinese dishes, but I was born in Quebec, Canada.
Okay.
So I actually went to French-speaking schools until 4th grade, and then my family moved to the U.S., to Pennsylvania.
Okay. So you basically grew up in Pennsylvania?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
So how was that for you? And how was also the transition? Why did you also move to Canada? So, I mean, you grew up in the U.S. basically, so why did you move to Canada?
Yeah, growing up in the U.S. was great, and my town is a college town, so it was pretty nice there. I came to Canada to have my job here.
Okay. And so how's Ottawa been for you so far?
It's been great. I really like the people at my workplace, the people at my church, and obviously the people at Carleton.
Yeah. By the way, I met Hannah in school, and she was a very study buddy. Like, she's so amazing. Like, honestly, and I really am grateful for the gift of her as a friend. Yeah.
Same here. Yeah. Always a blessing to be with you.
Yeah. We always have very interesting conversations. Like, I remember when we had like faith-like conversations, relationship-like conversations. It's always fun, like studying and having these conversations with you. So you could try this recipe on your own and not eat basic eggs anymore. So we have mixed our egg, right? And she diced the tomatoes. So what next?
Yeah. So the next steps are we're going to put some oil in our pan, and then we're going to cook the eggs first. Once the eggs are cooked, we're going to put them in a separate bowl. Then we're going to cook the tomatoes. We're going to stir fry them. We're going to put some salt and some sugar. That makes it taste better. And then lastly, we're going to combine everything.
Do you like this dish so much?
Yeah, so this dish is very simple. Every Chinese family has it. Like my grandma taught it to my mom, who taught it to me. So it's just very comforting. It reminds me of home. Yeah.
That's nice. That's actually really nice.
Okay, just enough to cover the pan. Maybe in. The pan should already be hot. Yeah. Okay. So we're cooking the egg and the tomato separately. Once this egg is cooked, we'll put it back into the bowl and then and then cook the tomato. And now the tomatoes can go in. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe like 2 tablespoons or 1 tablespoon is fine. Add the eggs back into the pan and mix everything together. Last part, we're gonna garnish it with some scallions. Now we're gonna create the batter for the scallion and egg crepe. So we're gonna whisk those 2 eggs again in this mixing bowl. Batter onto the pan. So it looks like the bottom is being cooked, so we can flip it.
So we're coming to the end, and the most important part of this is the eating, tasting this out. You guys definitely want to know my review or want to know how I feel about this recipe. So thank you so much, Hannah, for doing this. Like, I've actually learned through this process, and I'm definitely going to leave a caption and show you guys all the recipes, showing everything, and you should try it out. So let's get right into this dish. So I'm about to try this for the first time. I've never had any Chinese dish, and this was specially made by Hannah. So let's try this.
Yeah, do you want to go one at a time? So start with the steamed egg, then
Okay.
the crepe, and then the stir-fried tomato egg. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do that
Yes.
for yourself as well?
I'll get some too. What do you think?
It feels like bubbles.
Because it's really soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great.
So when we made it, we didn't put any salt in the egg. We only put the soy sauce.
Yeah, and the soy
afterwards.
sauce is giving a lot of flavor to it as well. Yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead to try out the tomato eggs, because this is something that I'm definitely used to, and it already looks like amazing. Like, especially, it's just different recipes, different tastes, and spices as well. I used to. I love it.
Yeah?
I love the tomato eggs. Like, I love it. It has a very unique flavor to it. It's very tender, and I think the salt and the sugar mixture to it is very amazing.
Yeah. I was worried that it was going to be bland, because my cooking tends to be a little bland, but this is good.
It's good. I'll definitely try out the tomato eggs again. So last but not the least, the most decorative dish of this moment, and that's the egg crepes. So I really can't wait. It's feeling like pancakes right now. So I can't wait to taste it. So I think I'm just gonna, have a
That's fine.
slice.
Yeah. Go ahead. What do you think?
This feels like pancake eggs. But yeah, I like it as well. Like, it's so nice.
But it's a savory kind.
Yeah, and it has more spices to it, because I guess we added more salt to it, and the whole scallions to it is giving a lot of flavor to it as well.
Yeah, and the ground pepper, I can really taste.
Especially the tomato eggs. You guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate the fact that you've been supporting me from the beginning. And I hope you try all these recipes and learn other dishes beyond what you're used to, because it's very important. Food is art and food is love. Bye.